Hey guys, what is up? My name is Hillary, if you did not know that already, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am so excited to be doing this. I am doing my July TBR and my TBR for Thankfulathon, which is going on for the whole month of July. I have participated in Thankfulathon before. This was like, I think, 6 months ago or even longer, but since we've finally basically got our whole yard and stuff done, I am excited to be back reading this next month and filming and vlogging and getting videos out there for you guys. It is June 27th today, and I have already filmed a weekly reading vlog for you guys, which I need to edit and get scheduled and get put out there, so keep an eye out for that. I am doing a switch my screen time for reading vlog, which is going to be coming out sometime. And I am filming this video, and I'm hoping, excuse the noise, Chico is over there goofing off. He has a cone on his head because he had surgery. And I'm hoping to get a bunch of other videos done and filmed and edited and scheduled for you guys. I know I have not been posting for a while. It's because, like I've said, we were redoing our whole backyard and our side yard, and we got some trees taken down. We've done a lot of stuff in our backyard, which you will see in some of the reading vlogs of what we redid and added. And one of my favorite things that we did was we added a pergola in the backyard with an outdoor couch on it. So it'll be nice to read out there and enjoy some sunshine and get some vlog footage for you guys. And yeah, I am just, like I said, happy to be back, happy to be filming, and back in my comfort zone with sharing books with you guys that I am excited to read and get to and see what you guys think about them. So I'm going to be going through the stack of books that I have picked out and going through those and telling you which ones I am thinking of putting on my bingo board for Thankfulathon, and I will be going over what the prompts are for Thankfulathon right now. So I have my journal here, and I have all the prompts written down just like a bingo board. And we have summer colors on the cover, a thriller, a romance, has been on your TBR too long, and highest rated on Goodreads, which that is the top part of the bingo board. And the second one is more of things for you to do for yourself, which is make your favorite meal, take a shower or bath, drink at least 8 cups of water, walk at least 4,000 steps, and unplug for 12 hours. The third row is read a book with green on the cover, a 2023 release, and then there's a free space, read a nonfiction book, and a poll pick, which you can do on Instagram. And I might be doing that, but I'm not 100% sure, so keep an eye out for that on my Instagram. If you don't know what it is, I will put my Instagram handle at the bottom of the screen for you guys. The fourth row is another one for yourself to do, which is get enough sleep, treat yourself, journal, meditate, and watch your favorite show. And then the last row is read a book with beach in the title, set in another state or country, finish in one day, a book talk book, and reread a favorite. So I'm thinking for book talk book, I might do one where I just watch book talk and pick out the first book that I see that I own and go from there and read that one. But we'll see, because I have some in the stack that I know are off of book talk because that's where I saw them. But yeah, that is the bingo board. I am excited to fill some of these prompts. I might add more books later in the month, which I'm hoping to be vlogging for this readathon, hopefully doing weekly vlogs, but we'll see how that goes because July is going to be busy. As you know, 4th of July is coming up, my birthday month, my husband's going to be gone here and there for work, and just getting things around for August for when school starts. And my kids are going back to they're going to a private school, and one's going back to public school. So I'm going to have to be getting some of the school supplies for that and going from there. But without further ado, let's get into what books I am hoping to read in July and some of them that are going to be filling some of these prompts for the bingo board. Alright, so the first book that I'm hoping to get to in the month of July is one that's been on my TBR for a while, and it's by an author that I'm slowly making it through all her books, and that book is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I don't know much about this. It looks like it's going to be about music, and obviously it's a romance, but it says a little bit on the back, at 22 years old, Sydney is enjoying a great life. She's in college, working a steady job, in love with her wonderful boyfriend Hunter, and rooming with her best friend Tori. But everything changes when she discovers that Hunter is cheating on her, and she's forced to decide what her next move should be. Soon, Sydney finds herself captivated by her mysterious and attractive neighbor Ridge. She can't take her eyes off him or stop listening to the passionate way he plays his guitar every evening out on his balcony. And there's something about Sydney that Ridge can't ignore either. They soon find themselves needing each other in more ways than one. So this one I think is just going to be an awesome book. It's not really going to be enemies to lovers. I think it's just going to be friends to lovers, and I am excited to read that because that is what I love reading in summer, is mostly romance books, because summer just gives me those happy vibes, and that's what romance books give me. The next book that I'm hoping to get to is one that I've heard great things about. I've heard it's a lot like Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, and I read that book in a day, so I'm hoping that I can read this one in a day and fill out the prompt, finish in one day for the Thankfulathon, and that book is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I don't know much about this. It says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. So I'm guessing it's kind of like friends to lovers and then miscommunication and things like that, but I'm really excited to read this one. It has all the summer vibes and the summer colors, which I could use that prompt for this book also, and I've heard great things about it though. But I've heard if you liked Love in Other Words a lot, then you're not gonna like this one as much. But it's been a couple months since I've read Love in Other Words, so I'm hoping I don't really compare the two that much. And I think this has a then and now in it. Yeah, so I love those types of books and romances because I feel like you get more depth in the book with the storyline. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one also. And then a book that is going to be a reread for the prompt and has beach in the title is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Sorry, there was a clump of hair that just flew. But like I said, this one's a reread for me, and it's been well over a year since I've read it. But this is about Gus and... oh, I can't think of her name. January. And they were friends in... well, no, they were enemies in college. And they both are authors of books, except Gus writes thrillers and January writes romance. She's in kind of a reading slump. Her dad recently passed away, and she found out some information about him that she never knew. And so she goes to the beach, his beach house, for the summer, and her next door neighbor is none other than Gus from her college. And I remember just loving this book, and it's an easy read to get through. And this one is more of a miscommunication, enemies to lovers trope, and I can't wait to dive back into this and see if I love it just as much this time around as I did the first time. These next 2 books that I'm hoping to get to are part of the same series, and I have slowly been making my way through this series in January, and the books that I'm going to read for in July, which I've already started one, is Charm and Cherish, both by Tracy Wolff. They are part of the Crave series. I have the cover for Charm. It is over on my desk because I don't like reading books with the book cover around it because I feel like it stretches it out. But if you don't know what the Crave series is about, it's about this girl named Grace whose parents suddenly die, and she's sent off to Alaska to live with her uncle and her cousin at this boarding school because her uncle is headmaster of it. But once she's there, all these things start happening, And little does she know, it's actually a school for paranormals. So that is vampires, werewolves, dragons, witches. And she had no idea that her family is a family of witches. And then she finds her love interest there, which is Jackson. He is a vampire prince, and their love story is so cute. Now, I've noticed reading this series that the first book's okay, but you have to make it past the first 2 books to really get into the story, and it gets so much better after that. And I am just enjoying the series. I would have to say overall, I would give the series so far 4 stars. But like I said, I have 2 books left to read for the series, and I believe this one is going to be the last one in the series. It just recently came out, and I'm excited to jump back into this one and see how it ends and how Grace finishes off everything and how she is in this book compared to the others. The next book that I'm going to talk about is a very popular book. It is a 2023 release, and it is popular everywhere. And I know it's hard to find a copy of this book, and I'm lucky that I got this from my Walmart. And that book is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And the second book to this series has just been announced and will be released this fall. But I don't know much about it. I think this is a romance, but it has dragons in it, obviously, because of the spine and the cover. And it's a fantasy. I don't want to know a lot going into this because I don't want to be spoiled for anything. I've seen a lot of reviews for it, just quick summaries, and everybody that I've watched that has read this has given it 4.5 to 5 stars, and I'm just ready to jump on this bandwagon. I absolutely think this book looks gorgeous. This gold part is beautiful, and then the inside end pages of the map, absolutely love. And I am ready to just jump into a new fantasy romance series and to see what I think, especially since it has dragons in it and the paranormal, which those are the kind of books that I absolutely love in fantasy. But yeah, I am very, very excited to read this book and finally get on the train and understand what everybody's talking about after I read this. For the prompt, a thriller, I chose a easy one for me to get through, and I've never read this book by this author, but I've been slowly making it through his list of books, and that book is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This one, it says, no visitors, no nights spent away from the apartment, no disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. So, but it's about this girl who is staying and watching over this residence, I believe, and all of a sudden, a lot of things start happening, and there's nobody here except her. So it sounds like there's going to be some ghost stuff involved in this. I like Riley Sager's writing because it's easy to get through, and I just like a lot of his books. I've heard, I believe, that if you like the, I can't think of what the book's called right now, but it was one of my first books that I read by him. I am drawing a blank. Like, I can see the cover and everything. I'm just drawing a blank on it. But I've heard if you like that one, then you'll like this one as much. So I am excited to jump into this one and see what I think. And I think it's going to be a good breakup between the romances and the fantasies that I'm planning on reading in July. The next book has been on my TBR for so long. I've had this for a couple years now. And it's also the highest rated book on my Goodreads. The only reason I have not read it is because it is a historical romance. And I'm not really one for a lot of historical books, whether it's historical fiction or romance. But I know this one's going to become a movie, and Dakota Fanning and her sister Elle Fanning are going to be starring in it. So I figured I need to get this read because I might go see the movie. And that book is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I believe this deals with 2 sisters, and they live in different parts of, I believe, Paris or something like that, and it's back during 1939, and I don't know a whole bunch about it, but you're getting the view from both sisters on what's going on, And I believe they say this one has a sisterly love aspect to it. So I'm excited to read this one and see what I think. And this book gets a lot of hype on it. And I've never read a Kristen Hanna book before. I've attempted, but have not finished one. And I'm hoping I like this because I feel like if I like this, then I'm going to like some of her other books. I really want to read Firefly Lane by her because I've watched some of that series on Netflix and that was really good. But yeah, I'm very excited to get to this one and to see what I think. And the last two books on this stack are ones I'm hoping to do a reading vlog for. And because I've read the first one and absolutely enjoyed it, they are King Arthur retellings, and it's been a while since I read the first one, so I need to reread it, and then I need to get to the second one, which just came out this year, and those two books are Legendborn and Bloodmarked, both by Tracy Deonn. Like I said, these are King Arthur retellings, and kind of, but not fully. And I just remember enjoying the first one a lot, and it has magical powers to deal with it. So it's kind of like a King Arthur with magic in it and a secret kind of society. And I just hope I love it as much as I did the first time reading it, because I feel like this one's going to be great because it's going to sum up a lot of stuff that happened in the first book, which I need the answers to. And hopefully it doesn't blow my mind too much on what happens. But yeah, I'm excited to vlog reading this duology and for you guys to see my reaction to it. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a third book in it, so I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or a duology, but there's only 2 books out so far. So we will see on that one and go from there. But yeah, that is it for all the books I'm hoping to read in July. Now, there could be more. I could be switching books out. But these are the books I'm just feeling that I'm going to read for right now. And if you guys have read any of these, tell me which ones you've absolutely loved and which ones were okay or you didn't like. But keep it spoiler free, because for people like me who haven't read the books, you don't want to give too much away in that. And yeah, that is it for this video. And if you like it, hit that like and that subscribe button down below. And as always, keep on reading, people. Bye.